Hi, my name is Igor Kafetz, and this is the List Building Lifestyle, the only podcast which delivers cutting-edge conversion strategies from the online trenches straight to your earbuds. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. I also invite you to grab a free copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. And now, once again, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Welcome back to another edition of the List Building Lifestyle with your host, Igor Kafetz. Starting out online promoting products as an affiliate felt like pushing a 16-ton rock up the Trump Tower staircase. I could not get anyone to listen, let alone buy anything. At first, I thought people should jump from joy when they knew what I had for them, but when I told them about my programs, I got the silent rejection treatment. Now, I admit my salesmanship skill set was mediocre at best, if not downright horrible at the time, but I had feelings, and my feelings were deeply hurt each time a prospect would stop returning my instant messages and emails. At one point, I thought I was cursed or something. Prospects crossed the street when they saw me coming, figuratively speaking, of course. I was making no money. I was spending money. I was spending lots of time every day prospecting in social media. That's what my upline told me to do, by the way. I didn't know any better at the time. Remember, I just started, and I thought I had to go through this, these hardships and this learning curve like it was some kind of rite of passage, but it wasn't. It was just a stupid waste of my fucking time. And it came with a horrible side effect. Getting rejected as many times as I had conditioned me to feel like a beggar. I went from an internet marketing enthusiast who wanted to spread the uplifting message of financial freedom to a miserable loser who expected to get rejected any time he opened his mouth. At that point, I was begging people to join my business. I thought I'm supposed to convince them to do it. It was getting harder to talk to people now. I felt I was a nuisance, a pest. I thought it was my job to prove my claims and satisfy their demands. I thought I needed to argue them into purchasing my products. Being the determined Russian that I was, I started reading books on persuasion and influence and manipulation and mind control and even seduction. I accepted the idea that my prospects did not want to buy from me and that I needed to force them to want my products. But the harder I was trying to convince, the more they pushed back. The harder I sold, the less I converted. The more I told them why they should buy from me, the more they rejected everything I had. The thing about rejection is that at that stage of my business, it was silent. This is different from the kind of rejection I usually get today. Obviously, I still get rejected, by the way, in case you think that I live in some sort of rejection-free world, and that's fine. I don't take it personally anymore like I used to. But the thing is, most of the time, I know why I'm being rejected these days. It's not like people tell me, Igor, I'm not buying today because you have a disgusting beard and I hate men with beards. No, it's just that I made so many offers to my customers from so many angles that I figured out why they say yes and why they say no. I just paid attention. My knowledge and experience allow me today to determine exactly what I must change about my offers in order to increase conversions. But that's today. Back then, it was all silent rejection, and I just couldn't tell why people weren't buying. I took it personally every single time. Every no felt like getting my toenails pulled. Things started turning around for me when I got into affiliate marketing. I used to do lunch sniping for a while. Lunch sniping is when you build review sites targeting affiliate products that haven't launched yet. It was a popular strategy back in the day for broke and miserable people like me. It didn't cost anything besides having a $3 hosting account and a $7 domain. At the time, I already knew how to install WordPress on my site, and I just needed to optimize it for the right keywords. I built several sniper sites and forgot about them. A couple of weeks later, I got a few sales in my ClickBank account. I thought, where did those come from? All right, I got a sniper site. And this is where I've experienced a mega paradigm shift that, I don't want to say it changed everything, but it made things a lot easier. I realized I was going about my marketing completely wrong way. I thought I needed to convince people. I thought I needed to spark their desire to want my products. I thought I needed to educate them about why my products were better than other products. I told them about the features. I followed up. I was the classic misinformed marketer. You could smell my selling from a mile away. People hate being sold to, though, even if they want what you got. So anytime I opened my mouth or did anything that gave away my ulterior motive to sell them something, which pretty much meant anytime I did anything at all, because I was so desperate to sell, prospects would run the other way as if I had chickenpox or something. I decided to test a different approach. I promised myself to stop trying to talk to people into buying from me. I decided to stop trying to explain why my products are superior, what are their features, and how they, stack up against competitive products. I decided to stop giving in to the urge of making uninvited pitches. Instead, I was only going to pitch my offers to people who really, really wanted them. I believed lunch sniping worked for me because I was going after the people who were already interested in buying that particular product. They were actively looking for information about the product itself. I just had to offer them a way to submit their order, and in some cases present them with an excuse or two to jump off the fence. So I stopped convincing people. I stopped talking up my offers to them. I worked really hard on my vibe. I went from being the desperate, to close a sale to being someone who appeared as if he didn't care. I often even pushed people back for that very reason. More than anything else, I wanted to unlearn my desperation. Instead, I was now presenting my leads with opportunities rather than convincing them they were doing the right thing or that my product was unrivaled. At that point, if they had even the slightest desire for what I had, they'd start asking questions. They'd engage me, not the other way around. This changed everything. Now, I wasn't a desperate salesman anymore. I was now an authority on the matter of a life-changing opportunity. I had something they wanted. I didn't try to make them want it or even buy it. I changed my marketing style completely. I put all the educational stuff in video and article formats, and I published it on the web. So they'd read it or watch it rather than getting it from me directly or having me pitch them in a Facebook chat or over the phone. This way, I was still the one who was showing them the ropes. They were still getting it from me. But I wasn't selling or convincing because it was done purely in an informative style. And by the time they came knocking on my door after consuming my content and after reading about that sort of stuff, they were already trying to make a buying decision, at which point I never appeared as that desperate salesman anymore. And when I say that I was presenting them with life-changing opportunities, I don't mean that I was chasing them with income opportunities. What I mean is that rather than trying to push them into a sale, I offered them a chance to make a buying decision. So I presented them with an opportunity to make a change in their life, but it wasn't done from a perspective of, here, come in, get inside, pulling them by the hand, grabbing them, with both hands by their shirt collar and kind of dragging them into my quote unquote store, right? Instead, what I've done is that, hey, if you have this problem, you may want to take a look at this. And that was the vibe that isn't really intrusive, the vibe that's not violent, the vibe that doesn't pressure people into anything. In fact, when they spoke to me, it appeared, which is great because I felt better, and of course it appeared the same way to them. It appeared that they needed this more than I did. And, fact is, that was exactly the case. Because anytime you offer a solution to a problem of any kind, your prospect needs that solution more than you need the money that you'll get as a result of introducing them to this solution. Now, I realize how backwards it is for anyone who just gets started in the business, because we're all desperate to sell something, we're all desperate to make some money when we just get started, and even after, just to maintain our track record, we are also kind of desperate. But if you can overcome this built-in urge, right, to desperately make some money, and you're able to reposition yourself and reprogram yourself to be the opportunity presenter and be absolutely fine with them saying no, or being absolutely fine with pushing them back and saying no to a prospect yourself, then you'll notice a complete change in the kind of conversations you start having with people. Because what's going to happen is they're going to try and convince you why you should allow them to buy from you. Like, people will literally be knocking on your door, begging you to take their money. Imagine how different this is from the situation you may find yourself in right now. Okay, where you're the one begging them to give you money versus them begging you to take their money. Like, that's a situation I want to be every single time when I market any product, which is why I never market anything, unless I know there's an established demand and a hungry market for that thing. Because doing it the opposite way and going out there trying to convince people they need what I've got is just a really hard, almost impossible to win battle. It's like the other day, a company reached out to me who wanted me to help them with marketing their product. And it's a really cool product, although I don't know whether or not there's a demand for it, but it's a really cool product. But they're going to have a really hard time trying to find a market for it because there's no database, there's no group of people or tribe or, there's no segment of the market that I know that is actually actively looking for that particular solution. It's kind of like, trying to sell shoes in Africa in 1700s where people don't wear shoes, right? On one hand, you may say, oh, wow, it's incredible. Nobody's selling it because, well, it means so much opportunity for me. And in some cases, that's true. If you're, coming up with this revolutionary and groundbreaking and absolutely incredible brand new thing that the world really, really needs. But most of the time, people don't buy that stuff because they don't need it or because they don't really want it. Or they don't even understand why they should be wanting it in the first place. So that is why when it comes to a lean startup business, when it comes to a regular person who wants to walk away from their 9-to-5 job, what I recommend is going after a market that already wants what you got and not try to, create something and then look for people that, to educate about it, which is, again, such a difficult way of marketing your business, which most often fails badly. So this concludes another episode of the List Building Lifestyle. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully what you're selling today has an established demand. And if you're not sure, feel free to reach out to us at support@igorsolid.com and we'll see if we can help you out. So thank you again, and until next time we chat, have a good one.
Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to never miss an episode. Because who knows, just one conversion tactic we share on the show might double your list and double your business. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. And don't forget to claim your complimentary copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. This is Igor Kafetz, and until next time we talk, have a good one.